Yeah. Pump it. Oh, you're here. Hey everybody, this is Nolan here, and welcome to another episode of Doki Literature Club. So, here we are again. Let's see what other crazy things this game has in stock for us, has in store for us. Alright, and welcome aboard my arc as well. So, let's see. Keep forgetting to say that. Okay, so, it's right here. Okay, and you can skip the button. Yeah, okay. I'm not gonna do that, but... Hi again, Nolene! Yeah, well, I know my name's so great, you can't, like... Anyway, glad to see you didn't run away on us, haha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Nolene. Okay, hello. I hope this isn't too overwhelming for a commitment for you. Nah, thanks for wondering, Yuri, but it's fine. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Oh, I hate you so much. That's okay. Anyway, Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you're going to be, you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Okay. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Alright then. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Nolene always gives his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with his busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. I do that? How dependable. Well, you know. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? Ehehe. You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. Why is that, Yuri? Did you tell me? Why is that? How come? You and Olene have been good friends too. Or can become good friends too. Sayori? As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. I'm actually gonna have some, I don't know, sort of, voices for them. Because it's kind of boring if I just use my own voice, but what is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. I mean, since she is probably one of the nicest ones in this room. Anyway, it'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it can keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is the girl how is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit. Maybe I should save. I'm gonna save. There. Okay. I'm really curious to talk about Yuri a little bit more. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of her cover of book. A cover of a book. It looks like the same book that she lent me to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and her eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just reading a book of this, so... That's a book that you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. Then why do you read it, like, without me? Why can't... Oh my... I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason or anything. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. You just happened to buy 2 of them. Alright, let me... let me just reenact this real quick. Ooh, I'm just gonna go into a bookstore. For my friend Nolene and I... Oh, he won't know that I particularly got it for him. And then she just grabs a book, and then she's like, oh, there's 2 of them left on the shelf. I better grab this one for him. Bats her eyes. Excuse me, Mr. Cashier. Ding, ding, ding. Can I have a... Okay, whatever. Anyway, I just happened to buy 2 of them. I see. I'm weird, I'm sorry. And then she's just like... And then the cashier's like, okay. Here you go. Do you want a bag or what? No, it's fine. I'll give it to my friend tomorrow. Anyway, sorry. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging, relatable story. Is that so? What about it anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. Sounds boring. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Sounds boring. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in her long-lost younger sister, but as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escape from a human experiment prison. Oh, okay. Spoilers, but... Okay. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri, you surprised me. Ahaha. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Nolene? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. So she's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. You mean a scary and dark new perspective, not just a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals, or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, or they just want to be evil. Like that, or they just want to be evil, but I'm not an expert. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the knave, for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, actually I have. I wasn't really paying attention, but tell me the whole thing all over again. I wasn't listening. I guess it's alright then. but I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? I mean, don't ask me, I'm not smart like you are, and you can start reading it anytime you want, you know? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieve the book that I put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Nolene! What the heck, man? Anyway. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm never not very used to. That's it. That is reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not particularly a bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling's somewhat comforting. Why is the feeling somewhat comforting? I'll never understand Nolene. Sometimes I do, but I don't know. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. Oh my god. I mean... ha 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 ha. Here. This should work, right? I slap my desk until it's up against Yuri's. Then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so I instead use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess it's kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. I'm gonna save. Okay. I might as well, right? Alright. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. Why? Why, though? I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn a page, and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it. I flips to her side. Wow, this is very complicated. Just to sit next to somebody and read a book, but in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I could feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Sorry, disgusting. Alright, are you ready? Are you ready? To turn the page? Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over Yuri's face, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumbs gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. What is this? What is this? Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways. But she also second-guesses all of the things that she says and does. Wow, Nolan, your comprehension is off the charts. I mean, for not reading, you know? Like, that's pretty good. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything. But they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment, but Nolene, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Oh. Okay. I didn't mean to, but... What? Wait! I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know if you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I meant that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone!
Monica.
I think it's time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if I haven't been looking forward to this. If you haven't been. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Ow! Probably ow! I mean, we haven't gotten a lot of pages in, so probably not ow. But it would have been an ow. Alright. I guess I'll do some sort of reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read with you? I guess I don't have much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reason. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Sadly, yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe agreeing to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration, since I've never really done this before. Well, I just picked a couple words, like 20 of them. I don't know if anyway, did I just throw all those words together? Anyway, well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share it with? I can't wait! Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. Ooh, composition! Fancy! I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Okay. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, Monica. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, Monica. I'll do it to the jerk first. Why not? I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair if I share mine with her first. Well. Nolene, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh. What, do you expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I put in effort. I did put in effort. Yeah, don't prejudge before you read it, Natsuki. Gosh. Anyway, we all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of me, the first poem you ever wrote, so proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about. Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I'd tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now, knowing you'll probably think it's stupid. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. That's crap. It's terrible. Anyway. Yeah. I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Nolene, you're just too nice, but that's okay. Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? For writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up a rhyme at the end and then made it all flat on purpose. Okay. Flat on purpose. Flat on purpose. Whatever that means, but... Anyway, it helps bring me out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into that than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. I didn't learn anything. All I learned was that monkeys can climb. Monkeys can climb? Seriously? Alright, anyway. I didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Okay. Who should I share mom next? The annoying one, the smart one, the nosy one. I'll do the annoying one. Okay. This is a good poem, Nolene. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. I am the kind of guy who would be writing poems in spare time. I guess you're right. But that's why I'm impressed. What's what impressed me? Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you would do it I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Nolene. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Not selfish at all. Well, thanks for that compliment? Try new things like this for some other people. That's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined, knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay! Now, you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. Okay, we'll see about that. Dear Sunshine. Dear Sunshine, is that me? Nah, I don't know. The way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you miss me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed. Making me rub the sleepy from your eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above. The sky is blue. It's a secret. But I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Thanks for that. That was... beautiful. Anyway, Sayori, this is just a guess, but... did you wait until this morning to write this? No. Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little bit better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Aw, yeah. Dude, Nolene, you're mean. You're okay. I'm being a hypocrite again, aren't I? I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school, it's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monika's the best. Aw, yeah. but next time, I won't forget. But I'm going to write the poem, and I'm going to write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Okay. Who am I going to share it to mine? The smart one or the... Okay, Monika, probably. I want to share it to... Alright, hi, Nolene! Having a good time so far? Aw, yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Ahahaha! Don't worry, Nolene. Jeez, that pose. Look at that, it's like so perfectly aligned. Just like, perfectly like, I don't know. Like, how do you do that pose? Whatever. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monika my poem. Great job, Nolene. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. That's why Yuri's gonna like it, but that's kind of what I'm going for, but I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That's why it always counts when I put in some effort. Ahahaha, that's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that full of imagery and symbolism. Yes, I know. That's kind of why I went for it. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness, Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get into something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of their nuances. Somebody look that up. Nuances. Somebody put a definition in the description. Another definition. Nuances. Anyway, it can take years of practice, which is I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. Do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable about this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. Thank you, Monika. It really helped. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Okay, sorry. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. Okay, you sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in the wall. Okay, this is gonna be... Ooh, how did you put a scroller on your paper? How does that work? Anyway, hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction of the spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer outside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel blind like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas, already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. Hole of infinite choices. Interesting. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. Interesting. So what did you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right kind of person to ask for feedback. It's okay. How do you go, ah ha 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 ha? It's weird. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When I performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes, when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand out and go with the flow. That's my advice for the day. Thanks for listening. Thank you, Monica. Yuri, here we go. Yuri. As Yuri reads a poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. Big words, Yuri. I don't understand what you're talking about. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. What? Okay, anyway. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Wow, you're laughing just like Monica there. Slow down. Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first poem, really. Huh? Or huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks back at her poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant. Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing to recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberatable. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both of the style and expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Well, that's what smart people do. Smart, shy people. I don't know what smart people do, but of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Can I just read your poem? Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Like Monica's writing tip of the day. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased how? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about other people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself or me or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thoughts and process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Yeah. Ghost under the light. Whoa. Cursive. I'm gonna try this, guys. Here we go. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstand the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Nice, Yuri. I, have such terrible handwriting. Yeah, I couldn't read that one word, but other than that... What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I don't read scripted very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Eh? That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. And even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Hoo-hoo. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Nolan. Really? I must have totally missed the point. I did too. Well, I suppose you didn't only glance over it after all. But remember that poet often expresses their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. Eh? It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Nolene. Me too. Phew! I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if anyone is judging me for mediocre writing abilities. Jeez. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all, I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. Okay. So I'm gonna save here. And that is really, going to be it for this episode, guys. We got pretty far, so we basically wrote our poems and shared it, and, it was fun. They're still their normal selves. Natsuki's being a jerk all the time. Yuri is, smart, and she's being nice. Like, at least Yuri's the nicest one. Monica's creepy. That's my new word for her. It's creepy. And Sayori, she's just, it's hard to tell what she is. Anyway, hope you liked the video. Comment down below, leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next adventure of Nolan's Ark. Bye!